I'd got 48 hours.
I'm very well aware now. I have a lot more clarity now.
I think the healing worked very much on an emotional level.
Next day, I just floated around like a butterfly.
My DNA was being upgraded.
All I do is facilitate the process.
Jerry is real.
I started suffering really badly with anxiety, which was no surprise because I had done since I was a teenager, on and off. But alongside that, I started getting really bad chronic pain in all my joints and in my muscles. And it's getting to the point that over a 6-month period before I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, that I started to be able to losing control over like my body functions. I couldn't walk unaided. I had to walk for about 2.5 to 3 hours with tops. Sometimes I even went into work with a walking stick. I started losing my hair. I put on loads of weight because I wasn't moving around. I was on amitriptyline to sleep at night because I wasn't sleeping naturally. I'd get about 2 hours sleep at the most. I was on 2 different types of painkillers and to control the anxiety as well, so it was basically rattling as I walked. And the anxiety was getting worse as well, even on medication, so that got upped again as well. And then I started getting lots of side effects from all the medication, and I started to feel like I wasn't me anymore. So he started giving me some healing, and he worked out a diet plan with me, completely changed the diet, and basically within 7 weeks I was medication free. No pain, no sweats, my hair's growing back underneath here, and I've lost 2.5 stone a week as well. And I feel human again. Well, I actually feel better than I did before I got ill.
I'm a hairdresser, I like to be creative, and I just found as if like my creativity had almost come to a standstill then, you know. I like to have lots of inspiration all the time, thinking about new styles, thinking about new ways, thinking about new business ventures, and I just found my head was cluttered. Yeah, my body was really, really red hot, my face was like a beetroot, and I felt as if I was pulling out any like negativity from my head. My whole body just shook, just unbelievably really, but I felt within that shaking, I felt as if I had energy coming from inside my body, boosting out like a butterfly, as if nothing bothered me. Everything sounded a lot clearer, everything looked a lot brighter. Then he also picked up on as well, I had a disease when I was younger in my hips, when I was 7, called Purphy's disease, which is basically where your hip socket crumbles, and you have to like rebuild it. I had traction for like 6 weeks, and then I wore calipers on my legs for like 3 years afterwards, a little bit like Forrest Gump. But obviously with the nature of my job, being a hairdresser, I was standing up all day, and now and again I used to get dull aches through it, etc. You know, going to the gym as well, I was limited on what I could do because I was always worried about, you know, my hip. Yeah, my legs basically rose up, and I wouldn't be able to get into this position again. My soles of my feet touched together, okay? My hips were up here, and my soles of my feet were touching together. I was just like, whoa. My eyes would like bang shut, so I couldn't open them, I couldn't see what was going on. Yeah, and then my arms just rose up again really, really slowly, but no way I could control them. I couldn't control this at all, and almost like shaking as they did it, and they arched on the top of my head. But then I had sort of like energy just pounding through my body really. I felt as if like I was getting uplifted, you know, from this. And I had a quilt rested on top of them as well, and they were probably up for a good couple of minutes. Went down, and I felt, whew. And I felt that's what I had running through my body as well, you know, almost like a bit of a relief running through there. Next minute, they were back up again. It was like, oh bloody, hold on brother. It's just energy just pounding through my body. It's an absolutely unbelievable experience. I mean, if I told anybody, like I'm telling you now, they might think I'm a bit nuts, but it was real. It was absolutely unbelievable. A
terrible condition called trigeminal neuralgia, which is a chronic condition, causes a lot of pain. Well, let's just say a lot of dark things were happening in my life, and I felt in a very, very dark place, very down, a lot of crying, a lot of misery, let's put it that way. That's where I was when Kerry came into my life. Kerry was remote healing me. I could feel myself becoming lighter and lighter. Each and every session I could feel different things happening, energy moving through my body, especially through my heart centre. And as I said, each time we did a session, I was feeling myself lighter and lighter. I think what he was doing was moving my vibration up. Before I had the healing, I'm very well aware now, I have a lot more clarity now of how I was operating in the world at a very low vibration. And it was blocking me, from all the positive things that I can enjoy in my life, which I can now do. I actually feel fearless. Oh, it's not a general sense, there's a huge surge of positivity. It's like an injection of passion. Somehow, somewhere, Kerry can do that. There is some force that Kerry moves through you, and it works.
My stomach was really horrendous, bloated to 2 inches bigger than I am now. The pain, diarrhoea, sicking, it was worse than a stitch pain. I went into hospital and they'd got me on scans, everything, telling me I'd got peritonitis. A blood test come back, I'd got E. coli. I'd got 48 hours to try and stabilise me. I went into tachycardia. The stomach was horrendous. They couldn't even press any pressure on my stomach. The surgeon said it was one of the worst cases he'd seen, which I'd left too long, shoving me on drips of 1,000 milligram of penicillin, 1,000 milligram antibiotics, 1,000 milligram of steroids. I'm really sensitive, and I knew it was touch and go, and they told my mum to come in the room, and the surgeon just kept saying, you know, we've got to get through the 48 hours. The pain, it was like somebody kicking me in my stomach in the lower bowel, and every day it's diarrhoea. From the stomach and the digestion and not being able to eat, psychologically I didn't want solids. People kept saying to me, Mark, you're losing so much weight. One lady stopped me and said, have you got cancer? That's how much I'd lost, 1.5 stone in weight. It just still brings back memories now, because I thought I was dying just before Christmas. And I just was trying to get through Christmas, really, for the family. I was just resting, really. And then one day I just went on to the computer, and I just thought, there's got to be something better than this. And I thought, well, there's healing and there's religion and all that kind of thing. And Jerry Sargeant was there on YouTube. I left a message and he rang me back straight away. And I just felt I just needed something. The surgeon, just before I left the hospital, said, I'm going to send you to see a consultant, a surgeon, because really 10 foot of your bowel is really, really, it had got 3 severs in, 3 polyps, there was a cyst, and I know since there was a lump in my colon which has gone through the amazing Kerry. My healing process started, and it started when Kerry, 26th of December, which is Boxing Day, and he rang me. And I thought, why is he ringing me? Just, you know, Christmas. But that's the compassion and the passion of the guy. And we started the first healing, and I didn't know what to do. And he just said to me, you lie on your bed, be relaxed, and I'll ring you back when it's finished. I was laying on the bed, the room was ice cold. I saw these great big shafts of light at the side of my bed. And I thought, come on, go with it, Mark, go with it. It feels good, I feel okay. They took me to a big building, I think it was Egypt, and there was doctors and a circle of helpers. I believe they're helpers that Kerry and I have talked, and I saw them. They was there working on my stomach, and I felt Kerry's hand up to his fingers go inside my stomach, and I went for a shower afterwards, and there was a big scar on my stomach, and I took the photo because it shocked me. It wasn't pain, it was just as if my stomach had been opened. But I felt his hand in my stomach, and that's just awesome to me because it was exactly where the pain was. And for the camera, I'm going in now where the colon was, It was a miracle. I know it's a miracle. I know my body. I've not had any medication. I'm eating. I've put him back on my weight. People are saying to me, have you had a colostomy? I said, no, but I've had a spiritual operation. And my GP just said, go with it. I don't know what you're going to tell the surgeon, but you don't need surgery anymore. I feel great. I feel alive again. I want to eat. My skin's better. I'm looking younger. Everybody keeps saying to me, my God, you're looking younger, Mark. But I feel alive again. When I was in the hospital, they just got a drip in each arm and in my ankle, 1,000 milligram of penicillin, 1,000 milligram of antibiotics, steroids, painkillers. It was like a cocktail, but they'd only got 48 hours to get me right. And there was panicking. My blood pressure was 200/80. It should be 120. They said I should have had a stroke. And within that 48 hours, it was touch and go. And thank God I found Jerry.